Listen to this, Simon. Love's a trollop, stained with wine, clawing at the breasts of adolescence, nuzzling, tearing, shrieking, beating. God, why were we fashioned so?
The poor girl's potty.
I wish she hadn't sent me the beastly book. I must say something nice about it.
The binding's very dashing.
She used to be such fun before she married that gloomy little man.
She was always a fierce poseuse. It's so silly of people to try and cultivate the artistic temperament. Au fond, she's just a normal, bouncing Englishwoman.
I sometimes wish we were more normal than bouncing, Simon.
Why?
I should like to be a fresh, open-air girl with a passion for games.
Thank God you're not.
It would be so soothing.
Not in this house.
Where's Mother?
In the garden, practicing.
Practicing?
She's learning the names of the flowers by heart.
What's she up to?
I don't know. Damn, that's crooked.
I always distrust her when she becomes the squire's lady.
So do I.
She's been at it hard all day. She tapped the barometer this morning.
She's probably got a plan about impressing somebody.
I wonder who?
Some dreary, infatuated young man will appear soon, I expect.
Not today. You don't think she's asked anyone down today, do you?
I don't know. Has Father noticed anything?
No, he's too immersed in work.
Perhaps Clara will know.
Yell for her.
Clara! Clara!
Oh, Simon, I did hope she hasn't asked anyone down today.
Why, have you?
Yes.
Why on earth didn't you tell me?
I didn't think you'd care one way or another.
Who is it?
Richard Gratton!
How exciting! I've never heard of him.
I shouldn't flaunt your ignorance, if I were you. It makes you look silly.
Well, that's done.
Everybody's heard of Richard Gratton.
How lovely for them.
He's a frightfully well-known diplomatist. I met him at the Mannerings dance.
He'll need all his diplomacy here.
I warned him not to expect good manners, but I hope you'll be as pleasant to him as you can.
I've never met any diplomatists, Sorrel, but as a class, I'm extremely prejudiced against them. They're so suave and polished and debonair.
You could be a little more polished without losing caste.
Will he have the papers with him?
What papers?
Oh, any papers.
I wish you'd confine your biting irony to your caricatured Simon.
And I wish you'd confine your girlish infatuations to London and not force them on your defenseless family.
I shall keep him out of your way as much as possible.
Do, darling. Clara, has Mother asked anyone down this weekend?
I don't know, dear. There isn't much food in the house, and Amy's got toothache.
I've got some oil of cloves somewhere.
She tried that, but it only burnt her tongue. The poor girl's been writhing about in the scullery like 1 o'clock.
You haven't forgotten to put those flowers in the Japanese room.
The Japanese room is essentially feminine and entirely unsuited to the pet of the foreigner.
Shut up, Simon.
The room looks lovely, dear. You needn't worry. Just like your mother's dressing room on her first night.
How restful.
Have you told her about your boyfriend?
Not boyfriend, Clara.
Oh, whatever he is.
I think Sorrel's beginning to be ashamed of us all, Clara. I don't altogether blame her. We are very slapdash.
Are you going to leave that picture in the guest's bathroom, dear? I don't know if it's quite the thing. Lots of pink, naked women rolling about in a field.
Nudity can be very beautiful, Clara.
Oh, can it? Perhaps being a dresser for so long has spoilt me eye for it.
Clara's looking tired. We ought to have more servants and not depend on her so much.
You know we can never keep them. You're right about us being slapdash, Simon. I wish we weren't.
Does it matter?
It must, I think, to other people.
Well, it's not our fault. It's the way we've been brought up.
Well, if we're clever enough to realize that, we ought to be clever enough to change ourselves.
I'm not sure that I want to.
And we're so awfully bad-mannered.
Not to people we like.
The people we like put up with it because they like us.
What do you mean exactly by bad manners? Lack of social tricks and small talk?
We never attempt to look after people when they come here.
Why should we? It's lonesome being looked after.
Yes, but people like little attentions. We've never once asked anyone if they've slept well.
I consider that an impertinence anyhow.
I'm going to try to improve.
You're only going on like this because you've got a mania for a diplomatist. You'll soon return to normal.
Abnormal, Simon. That's what we are. Abnormal. People stare in astonishment when we say what we consider perfectly ordinary things. I just remarked at Frida's lunch the other day how nice it would be if someone invented something to make all our faces go up like the Chinese, because I was so bored with them going down. And they all thought I was mad.
Well, it's no use worrying, darling. We see things differently, I suppose, and if people don't like it, they must lump it.
You look awfully dirty, Simon. What have you been doing?
Not washing very much.
Oh, you should, darling, really. It's so bad for your skin to leave things lying about on it.
There's a lady's got toothache.
Oh, poor dear. There's some oil of cloves in my medicine cupboard. Who is Amy?
The scullery maid, I think.
How extraordinary. She doesn't look Amy a bit, does she? Much more flossy. Give me a cigarette. Delphiniums are those stubby red flowers, aren't they?
No, darling, they're tall and blue.
Of course. The red ones are somebody's name. Asters. That's it. Oh, I knew it was something opulent. I do hope Clara has remembered about the Japanese room.
Japanese room?
Yes, I told her to put some flowers in it and to take Simon's flannels out of the wardrobe drawer.
So did I.
Why?
I've asked Richard Gretton down for the weekend. I didn't think you'd mind.
Mine? How dare you do such a thing?
He's a diplomatist.
Oh, well, that makes it much worse. We must wire and put him off at once.
It's too late.
Well, we'll tell Clara to say we've been called away.
That would be extremely rude, and anyhow, I want to see him.
You mean to sit there in cold blood and tell me you've asked a complete stranger down for the weekend, and you want to see him?
I've often done it before.
Yes, well, I fail to see how that helps matters. Where's he going to
The
sleep?
Japanese room.
Oh, no, he isn't. Sandy Tyrrell is sleeping in it.
There now, what did I tell you?
Sandy what?
Tyrrell, dear.
Why didn't you tell us, Mother?
I did. I've talked of nothing but Sandy Tyrrell for days. I adore Sandy Tyrrell.
You've never mentioned
Who
it.
is he, Mother?
Oh, he's a perfect darling and madly in love with me. At least, it isn't me, really. It's my celebrated actress glamour, but it gives me a divinely cozy feeling. I met him at Nora Trent.
Oh, Mother, I wish you'd give up this sort of thing.
What exactly do you mean by this sort of thing, Sonia?
You know perfectly well what I mean.
Are you attempting to criticize me?
I should have thought you'd be above encouraging silly, callow young men who are infatuated by your name.
Yes, well, that may be true, but I shall allow nobody but myself to say it. I hoped you'd grow up a good daughter to me, not a critical aunt.
Oh, it's so terribly cheap.
Cheap nonsense. What about your diplomatist?
Surely that's a little different, dear.
Oh, if you mean that because you happen to be a vigorous ingenue, you have complete monopoly over any amorous adventure there may be about, I feel it my firm duty to disillusion you.
But, Mother...
Oh, anyone would think I was 80 the way you go on. It was a great mistake not sending you to boarding schools, and you coming back and me being your elder sister.
It wouldn't have been any use, darling. Everyone knows we're your son and daughter.
Only because I was stupid enough to dandle you about in front of cameras when you were little. I knew I should regret it.
I don't see any point in trying to be younger than you are.
Yes, well, at your age, dear, it would be indecent if you did.
But, Mother, darling, don't you see it's awfully undignified for you to go flaunting about with young men?
Oh, I don't flaunt about. I never have. I've been morally an extremely nice woman all my life. More or less. And if dabbling gives me pleasure, I don't see why I shouldn't dabble.
But it oughtn't to give you pleasure anymore.
You know, Sorrow, you grow more damnably feminine every day. I wish I'd brought you up differently.
I'm proud of being feminine.
Oh, you darling, and I adore you. And you're very pretty, and I'm madly jealous of you.
Are you really? How lovely!
You will be nice to Sandy, won't you?
Can't he sleep in Little Hell?
No, no, my dear. He's frightfully athletic, and all those hot water pipes will sap his vitality.
They'll sap Richard's vitality, too.
No, he won't notice them. He's probably used to scorching tropical embassies with punkers wailing and everything.
He's sure to be deadly, anyhow.
You're getting far too blasé and exclusive, Simon.
Nothing of the sort, only I loathe being hearty with your men
You've
friends.
never been even civil to any of my friends, men or women.
Oh, don't be kind.
Anyhow, the Japanese room's a woman's room, and a woman ought to have
No,
it.
I promised it to Sandy. He loves anything Japanese.
So does Myra.
Myra?
Myra Arundel, I've asked her down.
You what?
I've asked Myra down for the weekend. She's awfully amusing.
Well, all I can say is it's beastly of you. You might have warned me. What on earth will Richard say?
Something exquisitely non-committal, I expect.
Oh, this is too much. Do you mean to tell me, Simon?
Yes, Mother, I do. I've asked Myra down, and I've a perfect right to. You've always brought us up to be free about things.
Myra Arundel is straining freedom to its utmost limits.
Don't you like her?
No, dear. I detest her. She's far too old for you, and she goes about using sex as a sort of shrimping net.
Really, Mother?
No, it's no use being cross. You know perfectly well I dislike her, and that's why you never told me she was coming until too late to stop her. It's intolerable of you.
Whether she's here or not is a matter of extreme indifference to me, but I'm afraid Richard won't like her very much.
You're afraid he'll like her too much.
That was an offensive remark, Simon, and rather silly.
Well, why on earth don't you fall in love with nice young girls instead of self-conscious vampires?
She's not a vampire. And I never said I was in love with her.
He's crazy about her. She butters him up and admires his sketches.
What about you, picking up old gentlemen in dancing?
No, you both upset me thoroughly. I wanted a nice restful weekend, with moments of Sandy's ingenuous affection to warm the cockles of my heart when I felt in the mood, and now the house is going to be full of discord. Not enough food, everyone fighting for the bath, perfect agony. Oh, I wish I was dead.
Well, you needn't worry about Myra and me. We should keep out of everyone's way.
I shall take Richard on the river all day tomorrow.
In what?
The punt.
Oh, I absolutely forbid you to go near the punt.
It's sure to rain anyhow.
Oh, what your father will say. I tremble to think he needs complete quiet to finish off the sinful woman.
I see no reason for there to be any noise unless Sandy, what's his name, is given to shouting.
If you're rude to Sandy, I should be extremely
No, you should expect us to be
Making such a noise!
I think I'm going mad.
Why hasn't Clara brought me my tea?
I don't know.
Where is Clara?
Oh, do stop firing questions at me, David.
Why you're so irritable? What's happened?
Here's your tea. I'm sorry I'm late with it. Amy forgot to put the kettle on. She's got terrible toothache.
Oh, poor girl. Give her some oil of cloves.
Anyone else mentions oil of cloves, I should do something desperate.
It's wonderful stuff. Where's Zoe?
She was in the garden this morning.
I suppose no one thought of giving her any lunch.
I put it down by the kitchen table as usual, but she never came in for it.
Probably nothing.
She's not old enough yet. She might have fallen in the river for all you care. I think it's a shame.
Don't you worry her head. Zoe won't come to any harm. She's too wily.
I don't want to be disturbed. Oh, listen, Simon. There's a perfectly sweet flapper coming down by the 4:30. Would you go and meet her and be nice to her? She's an abject fool, but a useful type, and I want to study her a little in domestic surroundings. She can sleep in the Japanese room.
I should like someone to play something very beautiful to me on the piano.
Damn everything! Damn!
Swearing doesn't help.
It helps me a
What
lot.
does Father mean by going on like that?
In view of the imminent reception, you'd better go and shave, Simon.
It's perfectly beastly. Whenever I make any sort of plan about anything, it's always done in by someone. For I wish I were earning my own living somewhere. A free agent, able to do whatever I liked without being cluttered up and frustrated by the family.
It grieves me to hear you say that, sir.
Don't be infuriating, Mother.
A change has come over my children of late. I've tried to shut my eyes to it, but in vain. At my time of life, one must face bitter facts.
This is going to be the blackest Saturday till Monday we've ever spent.
Sorrow. Laurel, you mustn't cry.
Don't sympathize with me. It's only temper.
Put your head on my shoulder, dear.
Your head like the golden fleece.
Richard will have to have little hell in that horrible flapper the Japanese room.
Over my dead body.
Mother, what are we to do?
We must all be very, very kind to everyone.
Now then, Mother, none of
I
that.
don't know what you mean, Simon.
You are being beautiful and sad.
Yes, well, I am beautiful and sad.
You're not particularly beautiful, darling, and you never were.
Never mind. I made thousands think I was.
And as for being sad...
Now then, Simon, I will not be dictated to like this. If I say I'm sad, I am sad. You don't understand, because you're precocious and tiresome. There comes a time when all remains fine.
Oh, dear.
What did you say, Sorrel?
I said, oh, dear.
Yes, well, please don't say it again, because it annoys me.
You're such a lovely hypocrite.
Oh, I'm sure I don't know what I've done to be cursed with such ungrateful children. It's very cruel at my time of life.
There you go again.
You're getting far too tall, Sorrel.
Sorry, Mother.
You'll get me another one of those disgusting cigarettes. I don't know where they came from.
Here.
I'm going to forget entirely about all these dreadful people arriving. My mind henceforward shall be a blank on the subject.
It's all very fine, Mother.
I made a great decision this morning.
What kind of decision?
It's a secret.
Aren't you going to tell us?
Yes, of course. I meant it was a secret from your father.
What is it?
I'm going back to the stage.
I knew it!
Oh, it's stagnating, dear. I won't stagnate as long as there's breath left in my body.
Do you think it's wise? You retired so very finally last year. What excuse will you give for returning so soon?
My public, dear. Letters from my public.
Have you had any?
One or two. That's what decided me, really. I ought to have had hundreds.
We'll write some lovely ones, and you can publish them in the papers.
Oh, yes, of course.
You will be dignified about it all, won't you, darling?
Oh, I'm much more dignified on the stage than I am in the country. It's my milieu. I've tried terribly hard to be landed gentry, but without any real success. I long for excitement and glamour. Oh, think of the thrill of an opening night. All the ardent playgoers willing one to succeed. The critics all leaning forward with glowing faces, receptive and exultant, emitting queer little inarticulate noises as some witty line tickles their fancy. The satisfied grunt of the Daily Mail, the abandoned gurgle of the Sunday Times, and the shrill, enthusiastic scream of the Daily Express. Oh, I can distinguish them all.
Have you got a play?
Oh, I think I shall revive Love's Whirlwind.
Oh, Mother!
Father will be furious!
Oh, I can't do it.
It's such a fearful play!
It's a marvelous part.
Oh, but
No, you mustn't say too much against it, Sorrel. I'm willing to laugh at it a little myself. But after all, it was one of my greatest successes.
Oh, it's appalling. But I love it. It makes me laugh.
Yes, well, the public love it too, but it doesn't make them laugh much. You're a fool, a blind, pitiable fool. You think because you bought my body, that you bought my soul? Oh, you must say that's dramatic. I've dreamed of love like this, but I never realized, I never knew how beautiful it could be in reality. Oh, that line always brought a tear to my eye.
The second act is the best. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, for the minute Victor comes on, it's strong, tremendously strong. Be Victor in a bit, Sorrel.
do you mean when it comes in at the end of the act?
Yes, you know, is this the game?
Is this a game?
Yes, and a game that must be played to the finish.
Zora, what does this mean?
So many illusions shattered, so many dreams trodden in the dust.
I'm George now. I don't understand. You and Victor? My God!
Hush, is that little Pam I hear crying?
She'll cry more, poor mite, when she realizes her mother is our...
Oh, damn, there's the bell.
I look hideous!
Yes, dear.
Oh, Clara, before you open the door, we shall be 8 for dinner. help it. Fate. Everything that happens is fate. That's always a great comfort to me.
More like arrant selfishness.
Oh, you mustn't be pert, Clara.
Pert I may be, but I have got some thought for others. Ain't for dinner, ain't me going home early. It's nothing more nor less than an imposition.
Hadn't you better let them all in?
I say, no, it's perfectly ripping of you to let me come down.
Are you alone?
Yes?
No, I mean, didn't you meet anyone at the station?
My motor down. My car's outside. Would you like me to meet anybody?
Oh, no. I must introduce you. This is my daughter, Thorlor, and my son, Simon.
Oh. Well, how do you do?
I'm extremely well, thank you, and I hope you are.
So do I.
Oh, you must forgive me for having rather peculiar children. Have you a bag or anything?
Yes, it's in the car.
Well, we better leave it there for the moment. As Clara has to get the tea, we'll find you a room. Afterwards.
I've been looking forward to this most often.
Oh, it is nice, isn't it? You can see as far as Marlow on a clear day. So they tell me.
I meant I've been looking forward to seeing you.
Oh, how perfectly sweet of you. Would you like a drink?
No, thanks. I'm in training.
Oh, how lovely. What for?
I'm boxing again in a couple of weeks.
I must come to your opening night.
You look simply splendid.
Oh, I'm awfully glad. You know, you mustn't mind if Simon and Sorrel insult you a little. Dreadfully bad-tempered lately.
It's awfully funny you having a grown-up son and daughter at all. I can hardly believe it.
Oh, I was married very young.
I don't wonder. You know, it's frightfully queer the way I've been planning to know you for ages, and I never did until last week.
Oh, but I liked you from the first, really, because you're such a nice shape.
Well, I see.
Slim hips and lovely broad shoulders. Oh, I wish Simon had broader shoulders. Do you think you could teach him to box?
Rather, if he likes.
Oh, yes, well, that's just the trouble. I'm afraid he won't like. He's so dreadfully that sort of thing. You must use your influence subtly. I'm sure David would be pleased.
Who's David?
My husband. Oh, why'd you say, oh, like that? Didn't you know I had a husband?
I thought he was dead.
No, he's not dead. He's upstairs.
You're quite different from what you were the other day.
No, it's this garden hat. Oh, I'll take it off. There. Oh, I've been pruning the calceolarias.
Oh?
Oh, I love my garden. It's so peaceful and quaint. I spend long days dreaming away in it. You know how one dreams.
Oh, yes.
I've always longed to leave the brittle glamour of theatres and cities and find rest in some old world nook. That's why we came to Cookham.
Awfully nice place. Cookham.
Have you ever seen me on the stage?
Rather.
Oh, what in?
That thing, when you pretended to cheat at cards to save your husband's good name.
Oh, the bold deceiver. Oh, that play was never quite right.
You were absolutely wonderful. That was when I first fell in love with you.
Was it really?
Yes. You were so frightfully pathetic and brave. Rather.
Well, go on.
I feel such a fool, telling you what I think as though it mattered.
Well, of course it matters. To me, anyhow.
Does it? Honestly.
Oh, certainly.
It seems too good to be true. Sitting here and talking as though we were old friends.
But we are old friends. We probably met in a previous life. Reincarnation, you know. Oh, fascinating.
You do say ripping things.
Oh, I'm awfully glad. Will you give me a cigarette? And let's put our feet up.
All right. A bit.
No. Oh, you must teach Simon. He always gets the pole stuck.
I'd rather teach you.
Oh, you're so chivalrously gallant. Much more like an American than an Englishman.
I should like to go on saying nice things to you forever.
Oh, Sandy.
Is anyone else coming to stay?
Anyone else? You don't know. You just don't know. Give me my hand.
You said it would be quite quiet with nobody at all.
Yes, well, I was wrong. It's going to be very noisy with herds of angry people stamping about. Judith, my dear, this is divine. Too lovely. Where are the others?
What other?
Well, did you come at 4:30?
Yes.
Did you see anyone at the station?
Yes, several people. But I didn't know they were coming here.
Oh, they are.
Sorrel said it was going to be just ourselves this weekend.
Sorrel?
Yes. Didn't she tell you that she'd asked me? Weren't you expecting me?
Simon muttered something about your coming, but Sorrel didn't mention it. Wasn't that odd of her?
You're a divinely mad family. How do you do? It's useless to wait for introductions with the Blisses. My name's Myra Arundel.
Sandy Tittle, Myra, Sandy Tittle, there.
Is that your car outside?
Oh, yes.
Well, Judith, I do think you might have told me someone was motoring down. A nice car would have been so much more comfortable than that beastly train.
Yes, well, I never knew you were coming until a little while ago.
It's heavenly here after London. The heat was terrible when I left. You look awfully well, Judith. Rusticating obviously agrees with you.
I'm glad you think so. Personally, I feel that a nervous breakdown is imminent.
My dear, how ghastly. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing's the matter yet, Myra, but I have presentiments. Come upstairs, Sandy, and I'll show you your room. I'll send Simon down to you. He's shaving, I think, but you won't mind that, will you?
Myra, this is marvelous.
No, Simon dear, it's too hot.
You look beautifully cool.
I'm more than cool, really, but it's not climatic coolness. I've been mentally chilled to the marrow by Judith's attitude.
Why? What did she say?
Nothing very much. She was bouncing about on the sofa with a hearty young thing in flannels and seemed to resent my appearance, rather.
You mustn't take any notice of Mother.
I'll try not to, but it's difficult.
She adores you, really.
Oh, I'm sure she does.
She's annoyed today because Father and Sorrel have been asking people down without telling her.
Poor dear. I quite see why.
You look enchanting.
Thank you, Simon.
Are you pleased to see me?
Of course. That's why I came.
Darling!
You shan't.
I feel most colossally temperamental. I should like to kiss you and kiss you and kiss you and break everything in the house and then jump into the river.
Dear Simon.
Everything I want you to be. Absolutely everything. Marvelous clothes, marvelous looks, marvelous brain. Oh, God, it's terrible.
I dined with Charlie Templeton last night.
Well, you're a devil. You only did it to annoy me. He's far too plump, and he can't do anything but dither about the Embassy Club in badly cut trousers. You loathe him, really. You know you do. You're too intelligent not to. You couldn't like him and me at the same time. It's impossible.
Don't be so conceited.
Darling, I adore you.
That's right.
But you're callous. That's what it is, callous. You don't care a damn. You don't love me a bit, do you?
Love's a very big word, Simon.
It isn't. It's tiny. What are we to do?
What do you mean?
We can't go on like this.
I'm not going on like anything.
Yes, you are. You're going on like Medusa, and there are awful snakes popping their heads out at me from under your hat. I shall be turned to stone in a minute, and then you'll be sorry.
You're very sweet, and I'm very fond of you.
Tell me what you've been doing. Everything.
Nothing.
What did you do after you dined with Charlie Templeton?
Supped with Charlie Campbell.
Well, I don't mind a bit. I hope you ate a lot and enjoyed yourself there.
Generous boy. Come and kiss me.
You're only playing up to me now. You don't really want to a bit.
I'm aching for it.
I love you!
This weekend's going to be strenuous.
Hell upon earth, 15 million people in the house. We'll get up at 7 and rush away down the river.
Oh, no, we won't.
Well, don't let either of us agree to anything we say. We'll both be difficult. I love being difficult.
You certainly do.
But I'm in the most lovely mood now. Just seeing you makes me feel grand.
Is your father here?
Yes, he's working on a new novel.
He writes brilliantly.
Doesn't he? He drinks too much tea, though.
Well, can't do him much harm, surely.
It tans the stomach.
Who is Sandy Turtle?
Never heard of him.
He's here. You're with Judith?
Oh, that poor thing with hot hands. We'll ignore him.
Oh, I thought he looked rather nice.
You must be mad. He looked disgusting.
Idiot.
Smooth my hair with your soft white hands.
It's got glue on it.
Smell heavenly. What is it?
Borgia of Rosie.
How appropriate.
You're too demonstrative today, Simon.
Damn, it's those drearies. Is this Mrs. Bliss's house?
Oh, yes, this is it.
Is Miss Sorrel Bliss in?
I expect so. I'll see if I can find her.
Hello, did you have a nice journey? Yes, thank you, very nice. I met Miss Corriton at the station. We introduced ourselves while we were waiting for the only taxi to come back.
Oh, I took the only taxi. How maddening of me.
Mrs. Ellen, how do you do? I never recognized you.
I did.
Why? Have we met anywhere?
No, I mean, I recognized you as the one who took the taxi.
You are Sorrel's brother? Yes, she'll be down in a minute. Come on to the garden, Myra.
Simon, we can't.
Yes, we can. I shall go mad if I stay in the house a moment longer. Tea will be here soon.
Well,
A strange young man.
very rude, I think.
Have you ever met him before?
No, I don't know any of them except Mr. Bliss. He's a wonderful person.
I wonder if he knows you're here.
Perhaps that funny woman who opened the door will tell him.
Yes. Allow me. It was fortunate that we met at the station.
I'm frightfully glad. I should have been terrified arriving all by myself.
I do hope the weather will
keep good over Sunday. The country around here is delightful.
Yes.
There's nowhere like England in the spring and summer.
No. There isn't, is there?
There's a sort of quality you find in no other countries.
Have you traveled a lot?
A good deal.
How lovely.
Spain is very beautiful.
Yes, I've always heard Spain was awfully nice.
Except for the bullfights. No one who ever really loved horses could enjoy a bullfight.
Nor anyone who loved bulls, either.
Exactly.
Italy's awfully nice, isn't it?
Oh, yes, charming.
I've always wanted to go to Italy.
Rome is a beautiful city.
Yes, I've always heard Rome was lovely.
And Naples and Capri. Capri is charming.
It must be.
Have you ever been abroad at all?
Yes, I went to Dieppe once. We had a house there for the summer.
Dear little place. Dieppe.
Yes, it was lovely.
Russia used to be a wonderful country before the war.
Must have been. Was that her?
Who?
Judas Bliss?
Yes, I expect it was.
I wish I'd never come.
You mustn't worry, they're a very bohemian family, I believe.
I wonder if Mr. Bliss knows I'm here.
I wonder.
Couldn't she ring a bell or anything?
Yes, perhaps we'd better.
I don't suppose it rings.
You mustn't be depressed.
I feel horrid.
It's always a little embarrassing coming to strangers. You like Sorrow? She's charming.
I wonder where she is.
I expect tea will be here soon.
Do you think they have tea?
Oh, yes. They must.
Oh, well. We'd better go on waiting then.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Not a bit.
Will you?
No, thank you.
I got this case in Japan. It's pretty, isn't it?
Awfully pretty. Oh, Richard, I'm dreadfully sorry. I didn't know you were here.
We've been here a good while.
How awful. Please forgive me. I was upstairs.
This is Miss Corriton.
How do you do? Have you come to see Father? Yes. He's in his study. You better go up. I don't know the way. Well, then I'll take you. Come on. Wait a minute, Richard. Along that passage. And the third door on the right. Thank you. The poor girl looks half-witted.
She's shy, I think.
I hope Father finds her a comfort.
Tell me one thing, Sorrow. Did your father and mother know I was coming?
Oh, yes, they were awfully pleased.
A rather nice-looking woman came down in a big hat and went into the garden with a young man without saying a word.
That was Mother, I expect. We're an independent family. We entertain our friends sort of separately.
Oh, I see.
It was sweet of you to come.
I wanted to come. I've thought about you a lot.
Have you really? That's thrilling.
I mean it. You're so alive and vital and different from other people.
I'm so frightened you'll be bored here.
Bored? Why should I be?
Oh, I don't know. But you won't be, will you? Or if you are, tell me at once. We'll do something quite different.
You're rather a dear, you know.
I'm not. I'm devastating, entirely lacking in restraint. So Simon, it's Father's and Mother's fault, really. You see, they're so vague. They spend their lives cultivating their arts and not devoting any time to ordinary conventions and manners and things. I'm the only one who sees that, so I'm trying to be better. I'd love to be beautifully poised and carry off difficult situations with a lift of the eyebrows.
I'm sure you could carry off anything.
There you are! You see, saying the right thing. You always say the right thing, and no one knows a bit what you're really thinking. That's what I adore.
I'm afraid to say anything now in case you think I'm only being correct.
But you are correct. I wish you'd teach Simon to be correct, too.
It would be uphill work, I'm afraid.
Why, don't you like him?
Well, I've only met him for a moment.
Would you like to see the garden?
Very much indeed.
Oh, no, as a matter of fact, we'd better wait until after tea. Shall I sing you something?
Please, I should love it.
I don't want to, really, a bit. Only I'm trying to entertain you. It's as easy as pie to talk in someone else's house, like at the dance the other night. But here on my own ground, I'm finding it difficult.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it isn't your fault, honestly. It isn't. You're awfully kind and responsive. What shall we do?
I'm quite happy talking to you.
Can you play mahjong?
No, I'm afraid I can't.
Oh, I'm so glad I dictated so. Here's tea.
Where's your mother, dear?
Out in the garden, I think.
It's starting to rain.
Oh, everyone will come dashing in then. How awful.
Won't the luggage get rather wet out there?
What luggage?
I'll bring it in when I've made the tea.
Oh, don't trouble. I'll do it now.
We ought to have got William up from the village.
It's Saturday.
I noticed.
He's playing cricket.
Do sit down and smoke. I can easily manage.
Certainly not. No, now here. Let me.
How typical of Myra to have so many plans.
Oh,
There now, we've probably broken something.
well, it's not my bag, so it doesn't matter. There.
Do you know where to wash if you want to?
No, but I'm all right.
Oh, hello, Sorrow. How are you?
I'm splendid. Do you know Mr. Gretham?
Oh, yes. We've met several times.
Come and sit down, Myra.
Is tea ready?
Yes, just.
Simon, go and be nice to Miss Stairs. Come on.
We met already.
There's no reason for you not to be nice to her.
How do you do?
How do you do? Are you staying here?
I hope so.
Well, you must forgive me being rather frowsy. I've been working hard.
Father, this is Mr. Gretham.
How are you? When did you arrive?
This afternoon.
Oh, good. Have some tea. Everyone had better put their own sugar and milk in, or we shall get muddled. Simon, where's your mother?
She was last seen in the punt.
How extraordinary. She can't punch.
Sandy Tyrrell's with her.
Ah, well, she'll be all right then. Who's he?
I don't know.
Well, do sit down, everybody.
Oh, there's going to be a thunderstorm. I felt sick this morning. This is Sandy Tyrrell, everybody.
How do you do?
Mother, I want you to meet Mr. Gretham.
Oh, yes, you were here before, weren't you?
Before what, darling?
Before I went out in the punt. There was somebody else here, too, a fair girl. Oh, yes, there you are. How do you do? Sit down, Sandy, and eat anything you want. Get Sandy some bread and butter, Simon.
Here you are.
Thanks.
How far are you from making it?
Tennis on. I adore the shape of this hall. It's so soft.
quickly.
What do we have to do?
Choose an adverb.
Someone goes out, you see, and comes in, and you've chosen a word among yourselves, and he or she, whoever it is, asks you some sort of question.
Not
and,
an ordinary question, Simon. You have to ask them to do something in the manner of the word, and then...
And then, you see, you act, whatever it is.
The answer to the question.
What sort of thing is one expected to do?
Oh, what usual things, like reciting if or playing the piano.
I can't play the piano.
Never mind, you can fake it, as long as it conveys an idea of the word.
The word we've all thought of? Yes, the word we've chosen when whoever it is out of the room. I'm afraid I don't quite understand you.
Never mind, I'll explain. You see, someone goes out...
I'll go out first time, just to show
No. It's quite simple. All you have to do is just act in the manner of the word.
Look here, everybody, I'm going out.
All right, go out.
The history game's awfully good. When two people go out and come back as Mary, Queen of Scots and Crippen or somebody.
I'm no earthly good at this sort of thing.
I'll show you, Sandy.
There's always how, when, and where. We haven't played that for ages.
We will afterwards. We'll do this one first. Go on, Sorrel.
Don't be too long.
Now then.
Bitterly.
No, we did that last week. She'll know.
Oh,
Intensely.
too difficult.
There was an amusing game I played once at the Harringtons' house. Everyone was blindfolded, except...
This room's not big enough for that. What about winsomely?
I wish I knew what we had to do.
You'll see when we start playing.
If we start playing.
Mother's brilliant at this. Do you remember when we played at the Mackenzies?
Oh, yes, and Blanche was so cross when that kid spread his ear in the manner of the word.
What was the word?
I can't remember.
Perhaps it's as well.
What about drearily?
Not definite enough.
Winsomely is the best.
Oh, no, she sure to gets it straight on.
These games are much too brainy for me.
Young Norman Robinson used to be marvellous, remember?
Yes, wonderful sense of humor.
He's lost it all since his marriage.
I didn't know you knew him.
Well, considering he married my cousin.
We don't seem to be getting on with the game.
But we haven't thought of a word yet.
Rightly.
Too obvious.
Very well, don't snap at me.
Saucily! Oh, I've got a lovely idea for saucily.
I should think rudely would be the easiest.
Don't be sour,
The
Myra.
great thing is to get an obscure word.
Oh, what a pity Irene isn't here. She knows masses of obscure words.
She's probably picked them up from her obscure friend.
It's no use being catty about Irene. She's a perfect darling.
I wasn't being catty at all.
Yes, you were.
Oh, quickly now. We must think.
Appendicitis.
That's not an adverb.
You're thinking of charades.
Charades are damn good fun.
Yes, but we don't happen to be doing them at the moment.
Sorry.
Oh, saucily.
No, winsomely is better.
Oh, all right, order it.
Sorrel, come on, we're ready.
Which is it? Saucily or winsomely?
Go and take a flower out of that vase and give it to Richard.
Oh, very well.
Mother, darling, do shut up.
Remember what an advantage you have over we poor amateurs, Judith, having been a professional for so long.
I don't like so long very much.
Do you think we might go on now?
You can go to the next one. I'm not going to do any more.
Oh, please do. You were simply splendid.
It doesn't matter. Richard, take a cigarette from that box and light it in the manner of the word.
I've forgotten what it is.
Oh, you remember.
Oh, yes. Ha, ha, ha.
I can't think what that's meant.
I was doing my best.
Oh, you're frightfully easy and nobody can do it right.
I believe you've muddled it
You'd
up.
better go on to the next one.
Oh, which word were you doing? Whisper.
Saucily.
Oh, I knew it. He was doing the wrong word.
Oh, I see. I'm so sorry.
Oh, give him another chance.
No, it's Jackie's turn now. It will come around him again, I'm afraid.
Do a dance in the manner of the word. I can't.
Oh, nonsense, of course you
I
can.
can't. Honestly,
Go on, have a shot at it.
No, I'd much rather not. Count me
Oh,
out.
really? The ridiculous fuss everyone makes.
I'm awfully stupid. It's anything like it's only a game.
Come on, try.
I couldn't. Please don't ask me to. I simply couldn't.
Leave her alone if she doesn't want to.
What's the use in playing at all if people won't do it properly?
It's so simple.
It's awfully difficult if you haven't done it before.
Go on to the next one.
Unless everyone's in it, we won't play at all.
Now, don't lose your temper.
Lose my temper. I like that. No one's given me the slightest indication of what the word is. You all argue and
Talk, talk, talk. Everybody talks too much.
Oh, it's so surprising to me when people won't play up. After all.
It's a hateful game anyhow, and I don't want to play it again, ever! You haven't played it at all yet!
Don't be rude, Sorrel.
Really, Simon, the way you go on is infuriating.
It's always the same. Whenever Sorrel goes out, she gets quarrelsome.
Quarrelsome?
Don't worry, Jack. You needn't do anything you don't want to.
I think for the future we better confine our efforts to social conversation and not attempt anything in the least intelligent.
How can you be so unkind,
Now,
Mother?
don't speak to me like that.
It's all my fault. I know I'm awfully silly. But it embarrasses me so terribly doing anything in front of people. I should think the word was winsomely.
You must have been listening outside the door, then.
Not at all. Miss Corrigan gave it away.
Oh, why, Miss Corrigan, all of a sudden you've been calling her Jackie all the evening. You're far too grand, Sorrel.
You're absolutely maddening. I'll never play another game with you as long as I live.
That won't break my heart.
Stop, stop!
Come on to the garden. I'm sick of this.
Don't let it take you on the river. He isn't very good at it.
Oh, very funny.
Sorrel, you're behaving disgracefully.
Simon ought to go into the army or something.
You both ought to be in reformatories.
This always happens whenever we play a game. We're a beastly family and I hate us.
Speak for yourself, dear.
I can't without speaking for everyone else too. We're all exactly the same. And I'm ashamed of us. Come into the library, Sandy.
Charming. It's all perfectly charming.
I think it would be better, Judith, if you exercised a little more influence over the children.
Oh, that's right. Blame it all on me.
Well, after all, dear, you started it by snapping everybody up.
Oh, you ought never to have married me, David. It was a great mistake.
Atmosphere in this house is becoming more unbearable every day. And all because Simon and Sorrel are allowed to do exactly what they like.
You sit upstairs all day writing your novels.
Novels which earn us our daily bread.
Oh, daily bread nonsense. We've got enough money to keep us in comfort until we die.
That'll be very soon if we can't get a little peace. Come, let's go out into the garden.
Well, I sincerely hope the night air will cool down.
I don't know what's happened to you lately, Julie.
Nothing's happened to me. Nothing ever does. You're far too smug to allow it.
Smug, thank you.
Yes, smug, and pompous.
I hope you haven't been drinking, dear.
Oh, drinking. Oh, that's very amusing.
I think it's rather tragic at your time of life.
David's been a good husband to me, but he's wearing a bit thin now.
Would you like me to go, to leave you alone for a little?
Why? Are you afraid I shall become violent?
No, I merely thought perhaps I was in the way.
Oh, I do hope you're not embarrassed. I couldn't bear you to be embarrassed.
Not in the least. Oh.
Oh, marriage is a hideous affair altogether, don't you think?
I'm really hardly qualified to judge. You see.
Oh, do stop being non-committal just for once. It's doubly annoying in the face of us all having lost control so lamentably.
I'm sorry.
Oh, there's nothing to be sorry for, really. After all, it's your particular thing, isn't it? Observing everything and not giving yourself away an inch.
I suppose it is.
Oh, you'll get used to us in time, and then you'll feel cozier. Why don't you sit down?
I'm enjoying myself very much.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to say so, but I don't see how you can be.
But I am.
There now. Oh, that was quite a genuine laugh. Oh, we are getting on. Are you in love with sorrow?
In love with sorrow.
Oh, now I've killed it. I've murdered the little tender feeling of comfort that was stealing over you by sheer tactlessness. Oh, will you teach me to be tactful?
Did you really think I was in love with sorrow?
Well, it's so difficult to tell, isn't it? I mean, after all, you might not know yourself. She's very attractive.
Yes, she is, very.
Have you heard her sing?
No, not yet.
Oh, she sings beautifully. Are you susceptible to music?
I'm afraid I don't know very much about it.
Oh, well, you probably are then. I'll sing you something.
Please do.
Oh, it's awfully sad for a woman of my temperament to have a grown-up daughter, you know. I have to put my pride in my pocket and develop in her all sorts of charming little feminine tricks, which will eventually cut me out altogether.
That wouldn't be possible.
Oh, I do hope you meant that, because it was a sweet remark.
Of course I meant it.
Will you lean on the piano in an attentive attitude?
what you'd be like.
Did you know? And am I?
Exactly.
I sense I'll be a victim, no matter how I try. Oh, my heart, dear heart, goodbye.
Thank
Oh, it's sweet, isn't it?
you. Jolly.
Shall we sit down again?
Oh, won't you sing any more?
Oh, no more. I want you to talk to me and tell me all about yourself and the things you've done.
I've done nothing.
What a shame. Why not?
I never realize how dead I am until I meet people like you. It's depressing, you know.
Oh, but what nonsense. You're not a bit dead.
Oh. do you always live here?
Oh, I'm going to from now onwards. I intend to sink into a very beautiful old age. When the children marry, I shall wear a cap.
How absurd.
No, I don't mean a funny cap.
You are far too full of vitality to sink into anything.
Oh, it's entirely spurious vitality. If you trouble to look below the surface, you'd find a very wistful and weary spirit. I've been battling with life for a long time.
Surely such successful battles as yours have been are not wearying.
Oh, yes, they are. Frightfully. But I've reached an age now when I just want to sit back and let things go on around me. And they do.
I should like to know exactly what you're thinking about, really.
Oh, I was thinking of calling you Richard. Oh, it's such a nice, uncompromising name.
I should be very flattered if you would.
And I won't suggest you're calling me Judith until you feel really comfortable about me.
But I do. Judy.
Oh, I'm awfully glad. Will you give me a cigarette?
Certainly.
Oh, what a divine case.
It was given to me in Japan 3 years ago. All those little designs mean things.
Oh, what sort of things?
Charms for happiness and luck and love.
Which is the charm for love?
Oh, that one.
Oh, what a dear.
I'm afraid I couldn't help it.
What are we to do? What are we to do?
I don't know.
David must be told everything.
Everything.
Yes. There come moments in life when it is necessary to be honest, absolutely honest. I trained myself always to shun the underhand methods other women so often employ. The truth must be faced fair and square.
Truth, I don't quite understand.
Oh, dear Richard, you're trying to spare me. I know. You're so chivalrous, but it's no use. After all, as I said before, David has been a good husband to me according to his lights. This may, of course, break him up rather, but it can't be helped. Oh, I wonder how he'll take it. Oh, they say suffering is good for writers. It strengthens their psychology. Oh, my poor David. Oh, never mind. You better go out into the garden and wait.
Wait, what for?
Oh, for me, Richard, for me. I will come to you later. No. Wait in the summer house. I had begun to think that romance was dead, that I should never know it again. Before, of course, I had my work and my life in the theatre, but now, nothing. Everything is empty and hollow, like a broken shell.
Look here, Judy, I apologize for what I did just now.
Oh, but now you have come, and it's all changed. It's magic. I am under a spell that I never thought would recapture again. No.
Judy,
No. Don't make it any harder for me. No. I'm quite resolved. It's the only